points in that 4-set win against the Solar Spikers, who will be taking her talents here to the MOA Arena and take on the Invitational Conference MVP Savvy Davison, reporting 36 points in a 4-set win against the EV Crossovers. It is the last game of the last day of the preliminaries of the Reinforced Conference of the PVL. And no matter if the High Risers and the EV Crossovers play their last game today, these two, regardless of the result, will still move on to the next round. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching us on One Sports and Pilipinas Live. Eric Tipan alongside Neil Torres and Kyla Kingsu, who has been busy in the dugouts so far before the game. And despite having so much on the line in today's game, which we'll get to in just a little bit, Kyla, what's the atmosphere been?
Well, the tension is definitely there. Pressure is on. It actually took me a while to interview them because they were very much locked in, reviewing, and it's so exciting to see how that will play out here.
And speaking of playing out, there are so many scenarios that are going to play out today. Neil's mind is like a multiverse right now with so many scenarios. Neil, take us through it.
Well, we made our initial computations and I had a conversation with Commissioner Sherwin Malonzo about the possible scenarios. We have 4 possible scenarios. A 3-set win of PLDT will give them that position in rank number 1, followed by Farm Fresh and then Zeus. A 4-set win of PLDT, though, will give Farm Fresh that first seed. Magiging number 2 yung PLDT and number 3 yung Zeus. A 5-set win of PLDT will give Farm Fresh the first seed, but number 2 and 3 will depend on the final score of both teams. But a loss of PLDT will give Farm Fresh an outberth right to get the number 1 seed, followed by Zeus Coffee and PLDT. For the PETRO Angels, they have a chance to go as high as 5th place. Wow. So ang dami pa natin kailangan isipin at i-compute pa natin later on.
That's from number 7. As you look at Vander Weide, she will obviously try to give their team a win. And Bobby Kina, Sasha Bobby Kina, so many scenarios because of how close these teams are in the standings, as you just saw it. So these teams can go high, can go low, and then that will matter because of the matchups. 1 through 8, 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5. That's how it's going to be looking like when we come Monday for the quarterfinals. But let's take a look at these two teams and how they've fared so far in this 2024-2025 season.
It has been an eventful year for both of these club teams. Petrogas won the 2024-2025 All-Filipino Conference. And as for PLDT, they had the back-to-back championship celebrations. Yung una nung PVL on tour, second was in the Invitational Conference. So we just know that this is going to be a great game, regardless of their win-loss cards entering this game.
How heavy a deal, how big of a matchup this is, we'll find out right now as we send you back to Kyla Kings to tell us how what she heard from the team captains.
Yeah, well, actually, let me start with PLDT because I, of course, had to speak with their captain, GAZZ Arado, because after those back-to-back championships, I asked her what has changed within the team, and she told me talagang iba na yung atmosphere, whether that's in training, in the dugout, or on the court. Talagang not so much that they're complacent, a bit more confident, but more on that they're very, very serious in training, and I definitely felt that in their dugout, a bit silent there because they're all locked in. And aside from that, she shared to me that this past week there was a training day wherein the reinforcement actually pulled them aside after training, gave them a little talk, telling them to wake up, they need to step it up and take it even more serious in this final stretch. It was serious business for PLDT, but let me go on to the Petrogas side of things because I could actually say the same thing. I also spoke to their captain, Rem Palma, and she told me that, you know, this is a bit of deja vu for her, playing once again with Lindsay, and she welcomes this kind of good deja vu, hoping that they'll make it all the way to the championship. And for tonight, it's a huge game, and she told me it's going to be the little championship habits and mindset that will really make the difference for the team during the pressure points and the most crucial points of this match. And talking about championship mindset and habits, let's hear what Brooke Van Sickle and MJ Phillips had to say about answering the question whether the veterans can still compete with the younger teams, the younger contenders. Here's what they had to say to the big question.
This is cute. I like the box. Can Petrogas still keep up with the younger contenders. Absolutely.
Huh? I'm kidding. Is that even a question? I'm kidding.
Yeah. We just need some ice baths, some needling, some.
A really good warm-up.
Yeah, really long warm-ups.
We love our warm-ups.
Yeah.
Like at least minimum 30 minutes, gotta stretch it out.
Yeah, but once we're warm, we're firing, we're going. We can totally compete with these girls.
Age is just a number.
Yeah.
It's always new conferences coming up, and you have to have the mindset is going into every single one of them is it's clean slate, right? So even though, yes, we won all Filipino last year, or last 3 conferences ago, so what? It's a new conference. We have to have the mindset that everyone wants to have championship, everyone wants to be a championship team and keep fighting. So we have to come back, bounce back, and continue to work harder and push each other every single day.
It's a great challenge for us every year. Just because we won a couple of conferences doesn't matter. Like she said, new year, new challenges arising. So we're just gonna take it day by day.
Well, MJ Phillips and Brooke Van Sickle really proving that age is just a number. Van Sickle is 26, Phillips is 30, but they poured in 21 and 19 respectively in their last game, playing like it's 1999 all over again. And Brooke Van Sickle at her best still in 2025, one of 3 MVPs to have played here in 2024-2025. Savvy Davidson is the other one, and we'll take a look at how they've been doing so far this season.
Well, it's not just a battle between the champion teams, it's also a battle between the MVPs.
Yeah.
So a lot will be riding on the local stars, and they have been slaying this competition, to say the least. Brooke Van Sickle is number 9 in scoring, number 10 in attacking, number 10 in digging. And Savvy Davison is number 8 in scoring, number 5 in attacking, number 2 in blocking. So both of these players have been doing everything for their squads, not just on offense, not just in scoring, but also defensively.
And for more about these 2 players and how you can join in on the conversation, vote which one is better, let's send you over to Kyla Kingsley.
Well, Eric and Neil, we of course want to thank our fans, our very lively online community for joining us this PVL Thursday, especially those watching us on the Pilipinas Live app. Kaya naman, there's a live poll right below the stream where you guys can answer our question of the game. And today we are asking which star will put on an MVP performance. Will it be PETRO GAZZ's Brooke Van Sickle or PLDT Savvy Davison? Again, you can answer that on the Pilipinas Live app, or you can also join in our conversation online using the hashtag PVL2025. Now, Eric and Neil, let's not keep our fans waiting.
Yep.
It's been a long day.
A lot is on the line, ladies and gentlemen, for a better seat, a better matchup. It is the Angels and the high-speed hitters. Set number 1 coming up right after these.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mall of Asia Arena. This is match number 48 in the PVL Reinforced Conference 2025. This matchup features the PETRO GAZZ Angels versus the PLDT High Speed Hitters. Let's meet our officials for this match. Our first referee is Erlindo Eusebio, National Referee. Our second referee is Ryan Vincent Corpus, National Referee. And now let's meet the starters. First for the PETRO GAZZ Angels. Center from De La Salle University, number 4, Jules Tolentino. Outside spiker from the University of Hawaii, number 10, Brooke Van Sickle. Outside spiker from the USA, number 11, Lindsay Vanderweide. Middle blocker from Juniata College, number 13, MJ Phillips. Middle blocker from the College of St. Benil, number 16, Rania Musa. Opposite hitter from Bulacan State University, number 20, Jonas Abete. Starting libero from Adamson University, number 21, Bang Pineda. Head coach for PETRO GAZZ is Gary Lee Van Sickle. And now the starters for the PLDT High Speed Hitters. Outside spiker from the University of Oklahoma, number 6, Savvy Davison. Center from De La Salle University, number 9, Kim Fajardo. Middle blocker also from La Salle, number 10, Majoy Baron. Opposite hitter from La Salle, number 11, Kim Kiana D. Middle blocker from the University of St. La Salle, number 13, Del Palomata. Outside spiker from Russia, number 23, Nastya Bivekina. Starting libero from the University of the East, number 8, team captain Kat Arado. And the head coach for PLDT is Reld Ricafort. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the game.
Same starting lineup for Gary Van Sickle and the Angels. Brooke coming off a 21-point performance. Phillips 19, Vanderweide with 22. 3 players scoring in double digits consistently for right now one of the top seeds in the tournament. Meanwhile, the high-speed hitters currently number 2 in the standings. Same starting 6 as well. This is a solid lineup as well. Davison coming off a 36-point performance. Navikina 16 points. Not to mention Kim Fajardo with 22 excellent sets. Meanwhile, Catarado, team captain, 23 digs in the last game. It's a solid matchup to close out the preliminaries, and right away, Kim D with her first point.
We just know that this is going to be an explosive matchup between PLDT and PETRO GAZZ. When you take a look at the starting unit, woman to woman, saktong-sakto yung matchup. Of course, PETRO GAZZ has the returning Lindsay Vanderweide, but on the other side, they have Bavikina. So it's a good matchup, especially in the outside hitter position. You have Savvy Davison, Brooke Van Sickle again, MVPs. We already highlighted them a while ago. And these two teams just want to get a higher placement after the second preliminary round.
And nice block here by Majoy Baron for a 2-0 start for the high-speed hitters. In case you guys are wondering, the matchup between these two teams this season, they're 1-1. In the All-Filipino Conference, the Angels won in 4 sets, while in the on-tour, the high-speed hitters won in straight sets. But it is noteworthy that Van Sickle and Phillips were not playing with the team during the on-tour because they were with Alas Pilipinas for the ABC Nations Cup. So they're 1-1.
This isn't the win-loss record we also expected from PETRO GAZZ.
Yeah.
They're currently 4-3.
Yeah. Davison, great pass. Majoy Baron, that one dug by Bang Pineda, and Vanderweide knocking it in.
Good choice of angle from Lindsay van der Weide. We know that specialty din ng PLDT yung blocking system nila, so she really has to be creative and find the right angles to score off their defense. Because after that first line of defense, you also have the steady back row defenders in Kath Arado.
Arado with a pass. Van der Weide. Yeah, hit by Sabete. Gets a block touch.
Every time we're in the reinforced conference, the coaching staff of PETRO GAZZ adjusts the position of Jonah Sabete from outside to opposite. She's a high leaper, so yung block reach niya mataas din. So in terms of defense, makakatulong siya, and she's also an explosive hitter.
After that good run by the Angels, they cough up a point. We're tied at 3-all. Kim D, 9 points in their last game against the EV Crossovers. Overpass by Rania Musa, and that's easily put away.
Service reception will also be tested, not just on the PETRO GAZZ side, but also from PLDT, as we know that PETRO GAZZ will really try their best to avoid Kat Arado.
The best libero of 2 conferences in a row. Well, the other one was not a conference, really. It was a pocket tournament, as Van der Weide will send it. Nope, she catches the line.
This is how it's going to be between these two teams. Point will go to PETRO GAZZ. Official score will be 4 apiece.
We mentioned how close the matchup is between these two teams. You mentioned it, personnel, player for player. What's going to be the edge here? Let's start with the high-speed hitters, Neil.
Well, I guess for PLDT, it's just really their confidence coming into the reinforced one. They've been waiting for their moment in terms of championships, from what-ifs to making it a reality for them. And buong-buo rin yung composition ng roster nila entering this tournament.
Reinforced conference last year, high-speed hitters finished 4th. Meanwhile, for the Angels, they won the All-Filipino, but then they were not able to compete at the level they want to on tour and the Invitational, as Bobby Kina scores.
That will be the first point for Babikina for the PETRO GAZZ Angels. They will be banking really on the old connection between them and Lindsay van der Weide.
Okay.
That's also an aspect na tinitingnan ng mga teams when they get reinforcements for this conference. Yeah. That's why in the past, PLDT has chosen to go with Samuel Lenko kasi ayaw na nilang mag-adjust in terms of yung connection and integration.
Right. Tolentino goes to van der Weide. Davison covering the rear. Fajardo passing. Babikina. Cross court. Dang Pineda. A great save by Sabete. It's going to be an easy over for Van Sickle. Chance ball here for the black shirts. Off the pipe. Davison. Easy pickup for Pineda. Phillips. Arado with the dig. And nice push. Babikina with her second point.
They don't even rely on her too much in terms of offense because they have a Savi Davison who is coming off a 30-plus point
36.
performance. 36 to be exact. And that is her career high, if I'm not mistaken, in the PVL.
And that was off a triple-double. 10 digs, 14 receptions. She did everything in that game. As Tolentino unable to get a good pass.
Slim 2-point lead for the high-speed hitters.
Matches their biggest lead this early in the first set. Davison, 26 years old. She's a Phil Canadian. Tolentino. The reverse. Sabete adjusts. That's popped up by D. Fajardo. Babikina. And a nice block by Phillips.
Total rejection there. Gets the reinforcement of PLDT.
Tibay defensive play of the set brought to you by Elastoseal, Selyado ang bubong. Ano bang panahon?
That would be a point for Jonas Sabete.
So they credit Sabete for the block. 1-point game. Chance to tie on the serve by Jonah. Good pass by Davison. Baron is rejected by Phillips. Babikina, what a dig for Pineda. Playing great defense today. Van der Weide, cross court, ties the game.
He knows what to do with those balls. Again, targeting cross-court angles to avoid the hands of Majoy Baron.
Lindsay van der Weide with 4 points. Top scoring for both teams. Now a chance to retake the lead. Not a good pass from Arado, a rare one. And again, Pineda defending very well. Vander Weide for the lead. Arado dug it up. 1-2 for Fajardo. Phillips with the left. No whistle on the play. Rally continues. There's a good challenge here to stop the play by the high-speed hitters.
Mid-rally challenge for PLDT. So if that is unsuccessful, the point will go to the PetroGAZZ Angels.
High-speed hitters looking for their third championship in a row. They won on tour. They won the Invitational. Meanwhile, the only remaining championship of this season with the Angels. That was all Filipino Conference. Whoever wins this challenge will take us to our first technical timeout. It's off of the arm of Majoy Baron.
There was a block touch. Sometimes the players don't feel it because of the arm sleeves.
There it is, 8-7. Angels up by 1, first set.
Welcome back to the PVL. You are watching the finale of our preliminary round for this conference. It is the PLDT high-speed hitters against the PetroGAZZ Angels. And you're seeing two Lasallian setters on the court, a rookie and a veteran in this all-stakes match. Of course, I'm talking about Jules Tolentino and Kim Fajardo. Actually, we've talked about their stats earlier, but it's not just about the matchup of sets. It's experience really meeting ambition. For Kaf, she says, it's been so refreshing to see someone like Jules rise so quickly in the Pro League. She told me that it's so exciting to see a young setter really finding her rhythm here. And Jules, she told me that she actually saved a poster she saw with her photo beside Kaf's earlier, describing how surreal it is to be matched up against her idol. In fact, she shared that she always answered Kim Fajardo as her UAAP idol as a testament to that in college. And what's interesting is they lead with the same composure and steadiness. So the question becomes, who dictates the flow in this champion versus champion showdown? Set 1 continues, Erica Neal.
All right, thanks very much, Kyla. Jules Tolentino, 21 excellent sets. Make that 27 and 3 points. Fajardo with 22 and 5 in their respective games prior to today. Bavikina, cross court, got it.
Corner pocket, good to go for Bavikina. He has been very active up front. Really going subset number 1. 3 points now for Bavikina.
Phillips, set was a little low. Chance ball for the Angels. Tolentino again to Phillips. This one blocked, but it goes outside off Bavikina.
Jules Tolentino will have a lot of options every time MJ Phillips is in the front row. You can hit those fast slide attacks. They can also go differential. Sometimes you can put her in the right pin.
And Del Palomata will knock it in, her first point today.
Also coming off her stint with Alas Pilipinas.
Yep. Kim Fajardo, 3-time UAAP champion. And a 3-time best setter as well. In the women's division of the UAAP. You can say 4 if you count the girls division. Van Sickle, two-handed push, rejected. Van Sickle tries again, a big swing and catches a block touch.
Intention was clear. Wasn't the optimal set actually for Brooke Van Sickle. You call it a broken play. It's MJ Phillips who set that ball up. She found the right hand of KKD.
2-point cushion. This is the biggest lead for the Angels off the pipe. Davison. Here's Van Sickle to answer. That one dug by Arado. Davicina pushes, finds the donut hole.
4th point for Babikina. From strong hits to drop balls, has done it all for PLDT.
Sasha Babikina, member of the Russian national team, was a pro in Russia from 2007 to 2023 until she went to Kazakhstan, also played in the United States. Musa off the block of Palomata. Pineda to Brooke Van Sickle. Net touch. They're going to call on Palomata.
PLDT still has one more challenge. That will be called on KKD.
2-point lead still. High-speed hitters already with 4 errors. Only 1 for the Angels. That one off the net. No misdirection from Davison.
Sometimes it gets confusing pag tumatama sa tip ng net. It messes up your timing on the dig. And that's what happened to Brooke Van Sickle.
Del Palomata out of Kalibo Aklan. Not a good pass there for Vander Weide. Doesn't matter. Van Sickle knocks it in. What they call a net touch. Is that a net touch they call?
Yep. That will be called on Brooke Van Sickle. The ball was still in the air when she committed that net fault. So that was a valid call by the second referee.
All right. We're tied at 12. Brooke tries again. Trying to roll it over, but she got blocked. Sabete. D with the first touch. Palomata will set it up for Davison. Very tough angle as she was already behind the first referee.
Then a seesaw battle between PETRO and PLDT.
That's error number 5 for the high-speed hitters. Meanwhile, the Angels only with 2 errors. Good serve, but a better pass from Babikina. Tolentino to Sabete against a single blocker.
Donna Sabete is now flexing her versatility as a volleyball player. That was against Tavi Davison, targeting the left hand to get it out of bounds.
A very productive first set for Sabete, already with 3 points. She's coming off a 4-point performance in 4 sets. And with this one, through the block of Musa, Davison with 4.
That's why it's always important to get the timing right, because when you're up against power hitters like Savvy Davison, the slightest delay, papasok agad yung bola sa kami ng blockers. So they really have to read the sets well.
Another bad pass there from Vander Weide. Off-system play, easy block. Musa against a single block off the second touch.
Heads up play for Rania Musa. Off the second touch.
You like how aggressive Rania Musa is. Last year, maybe 2 years ago, well, 2 years ago she didn't play, she had an injury, but last year she wouldn't have tried a shot like that. Davison down the line, got it, so versatile.
5 points now for Savvy Davison.
And yet the high-speed hitter is still down. Good pass. Phillips from the middle. Easy dig for Arado. Again, going back to the pipe, but Vander Weide with a big block. 2-point lead for Lindsay and the Angels. Here in the first set. volleyball in the United States. Played for Orlando and San Diego before moving here. Davicina, that one dug by Van Sickle. Vander Weide bounces it off the block of Baron.
That's the advantage of having an outside hitter for your reinforcement. In out-of-system plays, in break balls, just put that ball up, you will convert. Double sub on the floor for Coach Raldrick, of course, hoping to change the tempo of this set. Jesse De Leon. Alcantara will replace Fajardo and KKD.
Both came off the bench in set number 2 against the crossovers. De Leon scored a point. Alcantara also scored a point. Cross-court hit by Mavicina. There's a net touch they call against the Angels.
Angels have to take care of this lead. They do want to grab the 5th seed with a win today.
Looking for the high-speed hitters, Sheila Quiseo.
Quiseo also checking in. What a hit down the line. Vander Weide now with 8.
She immediately found her advantage, challenging the block of the shorter Jesse De Leon. Sometimes it can be as simple as that. For outside hitters, you check muna kung sino yung blockers mo. In that case, it was Del Palomata and Jesse De Leon. Of course, you wouldn't challenge the taller Palomata. But there's another net fault called on PETRO GAZZ.
And the call by our second referee, Ryan Corpus, was against the Angels. They thought it was against the high-speed hitters, so they'll challenge here. The point was already given to the high-speed hitters, so they're going to have to take it away if this challenge is successful. After the championship in the All-Filipino Conference, they finished 9th in the on-tour pocket tournament, which prevented them from getting an invitation to the Invitational Conference. They didn't participate there. So they're obviously hungry for a championship. And they're right. Challenge will be successful. Timeout now for Coach Raldrick Fort.
Nag-adjust tayo So kaya sa mag-isip, area pa rin na gawin natin. Go, go, go. Isa. Go lang.
Well, this is now the biggest deficit against Savvy Davison. And the high-speed hitters down by 4. And late in the first set,
Lindsay Vander Weide already has 8 points in this first set. So adjustments have to be made side ng PLDT. They have to identify the stronger angles of Lindsay Vander Weide. And I think in the PVL, we are now data-driven. So yung mga statisticians ng mga teams nakikita din kung saan mas mataas yung probability na pumuntos yung mga reinforcements. So that needs to be communicated on the floor sa players ng PLDT for them to set up a better defensive pattern rather.
5th point for Babikina. Fajardo has started in all of the games of the high-speed hitters this season. All 7 games. Arado passes Kim D. Block.
Wow.
Single-handedly by Brooke Van Sickle.
1-on-1 against KKD. Brooke Van Sickle is also a high leaper.
Big smile on the face, ear to ear for Brooke Van Sickle. That's her 4th point today.
That's the best feeling in the world. Dahil ang hirap makakuha ng block point in volleyball. So when you get a single block against a strong attacker, that really boosts your confidence.
Bavikina, meanwhile, with her 6th point. So out of all the possible ways to score, a single block would be for you the best.
Of course.
Valentino goes to Van der Weide. Back row, that one outside. Not an ace? I was thinking maybe an ace, no?
No, it's really a kill block.
2-point game. High-speed hitters have sliced the deficit in half. Good pass. Van Sickle got it.
They're going deep. Talking about PETRO GAZZ. Zone 1, Zone 6, Zone 5. Those are the 3 targets. Taas pa ng daan ng bola ni Brooke Van Sickle above the block of KKD. And KKD is a tall opposite hitter.
That's right. Kim D is 5'9". Well, Van Sickle also listed at 5'9". Fajardo goes to Davison again. Through the double block of Sabete and Rania Musa. They have yet to solve the Davison problem.
It was another delayed block. And she was just too far from the net.
Meanwhile, Joby Prado checking in for the first time today. Prado also came in off the bench, first set in the last game. Good pass again for Brooke. Back-to-back points for Brooke Van Sickle.
Point number 6 for BVS. Most of the points of PETRO GAZZ have come from their outside hitters, and that is the dynamic duo of Lindsay Van der Weide and Brooke Van Sickle.
Pass by Bavikina. And Davison answers.
You need to get the timing right. She was able to get a point off her.
Before the serve of Sayed, the second and last timeout for the high-speed hitters.
Kaya parang nag-high-hand sa inyo, pero takbo naman eh dapat.
Tensa ba? Target server. Ako na lang cut pag gumita ulit.
Okay, kaya.
Hindi niya mag-set.
Davison. Sayed popping it up. Tolentino to Van der Weide. Oh, what a dig for Davison. D. And Bavikina with the easy over. Here come the Angels. Lindsay. She doesn't really jump that high, but a terrific swing. She's double digits already.
Block breaker for Lindsay Van der Weide. She's on a mission. Of course, this is the time for you to peak. Lalo na pagdating ng quarterfinals, that is the first real test for the quarterfinalists.
Right.
Because it is a do-or-die game.
Davison. Saet, off-system play. Vander Weide will. This one dubbed by Arado. Battle at the net. Angels on the attack once again. A block by Baron. Saves. A set point.
3 set points to go for the high-speed hitters. Great assist block there from Joy Baron.
And against any other blocker, may have been a point for Sabete. Oh, great. That's by Pineda. Vander Weide for the winning point. Not just yet. Arado again with a spectacular dig. This one was a little low. Pineda with a dig. Vander Weide right down the middle.
High hands once again for Lindsay Vander Weide.
(25-21), a 4-point win by the Angels against the high-speed hitters in the last game of the preliminaries, which a lot of people may think will be a no-bearing game, but because of the win-loss record, a lot is at stake.
We highlighted the blocking system of PLDT in the pre-game, but in set number 1, we did not feel it. They weren't able to get the rebounds that they wanted against Brooke Van Sickle and Lindsay Vander Weide. PetroGAZZ also had a 41% efficiency in attacking. 19 attack points for PetroGAZZ, so they really worked hard on offense. They also got 3 kill blocks against the high-speed hitter, so they were able to edge out PLDT in that aspect of their game. And we were expecting more kill blocks actually from PLDT, so that's the major adjustment that has to happen in the second set. They need to get their block touches, and they need to put defenders dun sa deep zones na tina-target ni Lindsay Vander Weide and Brooke Van Sickle.
I'm sure Savvy Davison right now itching to bounce back after that loss. It was a very slim losing margin, so it could have really gone either way, but how do they stop Lindsay Vander Weide already in double digits, Neil?
Again, they have to get the proper timing, positioning of their hands should also be adjusted. Again, they have to rely on the stats given to them.
Kim D only 1 point in the first set. Davison with make that Van Sickle with 6. Davison has 7. And Babikina has 6. They are the leading scorers
of the high-speed hitters. Again, a win here by the Angels will help them climb, well, depending on how many sets, help them climb up in the standings and go up against an opponent with a worse win-loss record. Likewise for the high-speed hitters, who can go as high as number 1.
Yeah, that's correct. But for me, there is no light matchup in the quarterfinals. We've seen a lot of successful underdog stories that they were in the lower seed, then automatic ibibigay sa kanya pabalik. Doon naka-ready yung double block ng PLDT.
This time, Pineda rescues Vander Weide from a service receive, and Sabete knocks it in.
These are good numbers for Jonas Sabete. 4 points already. She has been helping the defense of PETRO GAZZ, and she has been scoring also. Kanina, may combination play pa sa gitna.
This is her second highest scoring game, Sabete. Third game with 4 points. Her highest scoring game is 8. This reinforced conference. Van Sickle pops it up. Vander Weide again. 12 points now for Lindsay as we check in with Kyla.
Erica Neal, as we near the end of another season, we look at all the iconic reinforcements who have really shaped this conference and will shape this league in general. Of course, talking about Petro GAZZ's Lindsay Vander Weide at the edge of another high-stakes finish after 3 years. For Lindsay, the past 2 weeks have been a little more special because she got to spend time with her mom and her sister here in the PH, a rare reset in the middle of the grind. And while in training, her mom and sister would visit some tourist spots and they'd have dinner afterwards. They're actually watching here live today and they'll be flying out on Sunday, giving Lindsay all the more motivation to show off here and bring home a win as a parting gift. And as they near another potential finals appearance, she says it feels very familiar, almost like 2022, but the difference, she says, that she now understands not just the system, but really the heartbeat of the Petro team. Set 2 is on deck. Eric and Neil, back to you.
All right, thank you, Kyla. And this is what you were talking about, Neil. That familiarity, that chemistry. She played here 3 years ago, and she's back again, and she's getting the system more and more.
It's also a reunion between her and Brooke Van Sickle.
That's right.
So, sobrang special for them na maglaro ulit here in the Philippines.
Davison finds the opening. What an adjustment.
That is pure magic from Savvy Davison. Just using her wrist action. Target that zone.
Excellent court vision. Nine points now for Davison. And we're tied at 4. Bad pass. That is falling right behind us. Service ace for Davison. She's in double digits.
If we sit high and long.
Good save by Sabete. Now Brooke is in front. Davison pops it up. Kim Fajardo back to Babikina. And a block by MJ Phillips.
Coverage wasn't ready. That's another kill block for Petro GAZZ.
Tibay defensive play of the set brought to you by Elastoseal. Selyado ang bubong, anumang panahon. That is the first block for Phillips. Babikina. Pineda's been doing a splendid job in the back zone as Van Sickle with a push.
It's a total of 20 points already for the outside hitters of the PetroGAZZ Angels.
Perfect pass for Davison, allowing Joy Baron to score her 4th point.
That will be crucial also for Kim Fajardo. She needs to establish the presence of Majoy Baron and Del Palomata because they can score.
Yeah.
Para mawala din masyado yung pressure dun sa wing spikers nila. KKD has been quiet also. They need to get her numbers if they want to win this match.
Meanwhile, Phillips also with 4. And that'll take us to our first technical timeout. Angels up by 2. Eight-6. Angels up by 2. This match is their biggest lead so far of the second set. MJ Phillips, 3 of her 4 points coming in the second set. And meantime, Lindsay van der Weide already with 13 points. She is cooking so far here in the last game of the preliminaries. Both teams will advance to the quarterfinals. It just the only thing that matters right now is the result of this game and where they will finish, what seed going to the quarters. A bad dig there from Phillips. Babikina will score her 7th.
Davison is also in double digits. There are 2 players in double digits. Lindsay van der Weide for PetroGAZZ and Savvy for the high-speed hitters.
Chance to tie on the serve by Fajardo. Tolentino to the running attack of Musa off the chest of Davison. Davison with the easy over. Tolentino this time to Brook. Easy dig for Fajardo. Arado to Kim D. And that'll not come back.
That can be the start for PLDT. Now that Majoy Baron already is in the scoring picture, nandiyan din si KKD, mas madali na for Kim Fajardo to split the blockers of the PetroGAZZ Angels. Overpass.
And Babikina, that is the 2nd straight break point for the high-speed hitter. She's got 8 and the lead with the black shirts.
There's still passing issues on the PetroGAZZ side of things.
It's been one of their problems here in set number 2. Much better for Brook. Van Sickle gets it back. Again, the dig by Fajardo. Kim D looking for point number 3. Oh, it's not there.
PetroGAZZ has been steady in terms of net defense.
Yep.
They outblocked PLDT in set number 1, and they also have a couple of kill blocks already here in the second set.
Tolentino, the 11th overall pick in this year's draft. Babikina. Pineda, another dig. Musa unable to keep it alive with a kick save. No good for Sabete.
That's a downside. Pag nasa likod yung setter, if you deliver a dig that's close to the net, it's harder for them to actually control that ball.
Gary Van Sickle, the dad. Lisa, the assistant coach, the mom, and of course Brooke, the leading scorer. She was twice the team captain when Rempama was out of commission this season. Brooke Van Sickle block. Battle at the net. That one overreached, called against Palomata.
The ball was still in the airspace of PetroGAZZ. Palomata did not allow Jules Tolentino to set that ball.
One of those occasions where your height will backfire. 10-all. Palomata trying to take back the mistake. Van der Weide. Oh, this time turned away.
That was the perfect timing for KKD and Del Palomata. KKD was already established. She did not give zone 1 to Lindsay Van der Weide.
High-speed hitters on top by 1. This is their biggest lead of set number 2. Off-system play. And basically an easy over for Van der Weide. Joy Baron will score.
Tables have turned. PLDT now up by 2.
This is their biggest lead of the game. Baron with 5 points. 3 out of 5 coming here in set number 2. Good serve. Short pass. A reverse. One-on-one. Sabete scores against Davison.
It was a beautiful reverse set from Tolentino. Blocker's eyes were already on Lindsay Van der Weide dahil mas malapit na si Jules Tolentino. So she saw that opportunity to give that ball to Jonas Sabete.
Side out. The high-speed hitters. Chance to tie on the Musa serve. Davison again. No matter if it's Sabete Musa or Sabete Phillips, Davison will score. Davison with 11. 7 in the first set and 4 in set number 2. Van der Weide through the double block. The save is good. Davison pops it up. Chance ball. Angels. Van der Weide. Davison. Dig goes over. Chance ball again. Second time in a row. Phillips. That one dug by Davison. Davison gets it back. What an exchange. Van der Weide misses. She's saying there's a block touch. Erlindo Eusebio, first referee, says there's none.
Too wide for Lindsay Van der Weide. Tried to go for zone 6. It was just too strong.
Biggest lead for the high-speed hitters, up by 3. Timeout, Angels.
We got this, ladies. Take a deep breath here. Refocus.
Great defense, that's my bad.
Yeah, don't worry. One pass, okay? Maybe one shot, maybe just change it up a little bit. Right? Got this.
Lindsay Van der Weide, 13 points off 12 attacks and 1 block. Joy Baron has been picking up the offense for the high-speed hitters. She has 5. Van Sickle with 8. Kim D also picking it up. 2 over 3 points coming here in the second set. That includes 1 block. Tolentino, the reverse again. Sabete bounces it off the block by Avicina with a dig. Davison. Van der Weide. That soft touch is blocked. She tries again. Lindsay down the line this time.
Pure vertical jump for Lindsay Van der Weide. I don't think she's a broad jumper like the other outside hitters.
Two-point game. 2 in a row scored here by the Angels. Davison. Tolentino to the pipe. Yes!
Right in the middle of Babikina and KKD. We haven't seen a lot of sets from the back row, but we know that it's part of the system of PETRO GAZZ. We've seen a couple from PLDT. Pag nasa likod si Savvy Davison, they have to use that point of attack because it is effective.
That ends the three-point run of the Angels.
Might see more back row hits from Savvy Davison in this respective rotation.
Could serve, but a better pass from Pineda. And this dig will not come back. Phillips with 5 points.
Right in the middle of the double block of PLDT.
Both teams very conservative with their errors. There's a block, but a net touch.
They've been committing a lot of net faults in this game from the first set to the second.
High-speed hitters take us to the technical timeout. They are on top by 2. First technical timeout of the match with Kim D and the high-speed hitters on top. And a big question, obviously, for the fans who've been watching since the first set, can they sustain this? Can they stay here? Because they are down 1-0, losing by 4 points in the first set. Majoy Baron. Here's Van Sickle, blocked.
Hold on, shut down against Brooke. Van Sickle back to a 3-point lead for the high-speed hitters.
Second block of the set for the high-speed hitters. Both teams have 2 blocks apiece. Fajardo, underhand pass. Davison from the back row. Van Sickle pushes. Davison saves it from the back zone. Bavikina, cross court. Oh, what a dig for Pineda. Van Sickle off his play. Davison from the pipe. Oh, what an exchange again. Van Sickle adjusts. Fajardo, Bavikina, cross court, got it.
Momentum is now with the black shirts.
Yep. Get regrouped here, take a breath, play our game. Okay? Now we're just giving them points. You can't make them earn every point.
All right, we can come back to this one side out.
Let's go. Let's go. It starts here. Side out.
The last word in the huddle, side out, is what they need to stop this 4-point run by the high-speed hitters. Lead of 5 points for Majoy and PLDT. And this one will not come
to get consecutive points. They're still down by 3.
Short pass. Arado will have to set. Bavikina, cross court. Van Sickle digs it to the pipe. Goes Tolentino. And Van der Weide makes it 3-0 for the Angels.
15 points already for, let's say, Van der Weide. Gives the thumbs up to Jules Tolentino for that set.
Awesome response after the timeout. 3 unanswered points scored by the Angels. Perfect pass by Bavikina, but they have not been able to convert because of the excellent floor defense of the Angels. Van Sickle trying to roll it over. Chance to attack that. A nice push. Mika Reyes misses the mark.
Lead is down to 1 for the high-speed hitters. Timeout, Coach Ral Ricafort.
Push pa rin yung game, ha? Pinapatay na kita. Kami niyo muna na maayos.
Oh, receive. One good pass. Melody!
Did Coach Ral Ricafort call a timeout too late? We'll find out. Ricky Palu, Jude Torquato, Majid Del Rosario on your screens. They had a 4-point lead. The high-speed hitters did, but a 4-point run after the timeout by Gary Van Sickle, and it's a 1-point game. PLDT with 1 timeout remaining. None for the Angels of PetroGAZZ. Gorgeous ace from Phillips. Phillips with 6 points, 5 scored in the second set. Now the Angels up by 1. Mika Reyes finally getting the side out for the high hitters. Her first point today.
Natagalan mag-rotate yung PLDT in that 2-hitter rotation. Now KKD is front to help in offense.
20 all. Back to square one. Late in set number 2. Good pass by Van Sickle. Brooke against a double block, no problem. Brooke, Van Sickle with 12. Angels back up by 1. Their biggest lead was 2 points. Jules Tolentino. LaSalle in college, but she went to Miriam College as well. Sabete. Coverage by the Angels. Nice block by D on Van Sickle. Van Sickle pushing away Bang Pineda to get a clear hit. Bavikina with a push. Tolentino first touch. Pineda will. This one too close to the net. Pushed by Van Sickle. Block. Chance ball for the high-speed hitters. Reyes again.
Kim Fajardo has to give more attempts to the blockers because Bavikina has been checked by the defenders of PetroGAZZ. So yung mga quick points from Mika and Bajoy Baron will go a long way for the high-speed hitters.
It's a seesaw battle here. Both
points.
High-speed hitters up by 1. Bad pass again. Oh, but a
Great
good save. Van Sickle, Musa pushes it. Chance ball for the high-speed. Here they come. Davison, Pineda with a perfect dig. Van Sickle. One-handed dig by Bavikina. Arado saves it. Nearly knocks over the D-board. Pineda pass again. Tolentino back to Van Sickle. Van Sickle down the line. She got it.
Of course, it's going to be set for Brooke Van Sickle. So for PLDT, they can actually gamble in transition. They can put 2 established blockers against Brooke Van Sickle.
Tight game. At 22, they have exchanged side out. It's 20 all. Nobody's scored a break point yet. Oh, that serve is in. Bavikina let it go. That's the first ace for Van Sickle. 14 and a 1-point lead for the Angels. Playing, let us serve go. They've got to be more conscious than that. That was a crucial point. Mika Reyes off the bench scored 2 points, 2 huge points to keep them within striking distance of the Angels. Van Sickle, expect her to serve to Bavikina again. And this one just a little too wide.
Costly error there for PETRO GAZZ. But they have Lindsay van der Weide up front, so they can score an immediate break point in this next rally.
23 all. Great serve. Valentino to van der Weide. Cross court. What a hit. Van der Weide with 17.
He's all over the place, attacking the seam, attacking the sharp cross.
It is the first set point for the Angels. I don't expect this to end at 25-23, do you?
Depend. Great pass.
There it is.
Yeah.
Set point save.
It's Savvy Davison versus Lindsay van der Weide.
The 2 aces of the high-speed hitters came here in set number 2. Van der Weide. That dig kept alive by Kim D. Good work by Arado. Arado will send it over underhand. Oh, that went too wide.
Unfortunate error there. Was a chance for PLDT to set up their defense against Lindsay van der Weide. That ball sailed outside, so another set point for PETRO GAZZ.
Sabete looking for her first ace. And Majoy Baron saves another set point.
Unexpected play. Effective nonetheless for Kim Fajardo and Majoy Baron.
And Angels are expecting Davison, which is why the dig. Arado passes, another off-system play. Bavikina sends it into the net.
That was a bit off for Bavikina. So PETRO GAZZ completes the comeback. They're now up 2 sets to love against the high-speed hitters.
At this point brought to you by Myra, the Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. Was tighter set, but the Angels just wouldn't cough up that big point. 2 sets to nothing advantage. Angels against the high-speed hitters going to set number 3. Two sets to nothing. The lead of the Angels against the high-speed hitters after a tough fight. They had 2 set points lost, but on the third, the Angels got the dub in the second. 2 sets to nothing.
Ang bilis
The lead
naging
of the Angels against the
adjustments ng
high-speed hitters after
PETRO
a
GAZZ
tough fight.
Angels.
They had
The first so hindi na nila binibigyan ng passing load sila that second set, especially tail end. It was Brooke Van Sickle, Jonas Abete, and Bang Pineda passing for the Angels. And for PLDT, they played better defensively, but the passing really hurt them, especially in the midpoint of that set. They were able to establish a 4-5 point lead, but that was erased by the PETRO GAZZ Angels. PETRO GAZZ carved a hard-earned set in that second frame. 19 attacks. They have been out attacking PLDT, and they also
as you look at the top scorers.
If the PETRO GAZZ Angels win this in 3 straight sets, they will grab the number 5 spot. signal and the carry will go down. So if that happens, it will be a battle between Creamline and the Angels in the quarterfinals. Two champion teams. And ang dami na nilang matches, not just in crucial stages, but also in the finals.
What happens to the high-speed hitters? Do
Well,
they stay at 2?
Yes, for PLDT, they will say number
2. There, first point of the third set going to the Angels. Rania Musa with her third point today.
Let me correct myself. If Petros wins in 3 or 4 sets, the high-speed hitters will be placed in the number 3 spot. Magiging number 2 yung Zeus Coffee, number 1 yung Farm Fresh.
All right. We'll go up against the Chargers in the quarterfinals. And the reason we explain this, the seeding is quite important because the quarterfinals, which will happen on Monday, is a knockout stage. You lose, you go home.
That has been the initial goal of all of our club teams, just to make it to the quarterfinals, because whatever happens, mabigat naman yung makalaban mo. And if you outplay them on that day, yun na yung magmamatter.
What a dig for Kim D on that cross-court shot. Rania Musa pops it up. Chance ball here for the high-speed hitters. They haven't received that many free balls today, and Kim D capitalizes. For them to really try and extend this match. Reyes with an ace to give the high-speed hitters a 3-point.
Hot start for PLDT. Look at the adjustment made on the floor. Tatago ulit nila si Lindsay van der Weide.
Van Sickle, cross-court. Popped up by Fajardo. From the back. Oh, nice shot by Bami Kina. Not a lot behind it.
It's about taking care of that lead. This is a strong front line for Kim Fajardo. Habang nasa harap si Savi Davison, you try to build as much momentum as you can. Build on that lead.
Mika Reyes, part of the starting lineup here in set number 3. And Coach Roderick putting his best foot forward, so to speak. Kim D on attack. Blocked. Davison pops it up. Davison pushes. Van der Weide covering the back zone. Sabete through the double block. Side out for the Angels.
Good support numbers for Jonas. 6 points. Phillips also has 6 points under her name.
Three-point game. Davison overpasses that one, put away. Back-to-back points for Sabete.
I guess at the end of the day, magkakatalo talaga sa service reception ng PLDT and PETRO GAZZ.
Sabete will only be 5'6", but I mean, she has an explosive jump. Much better pass reception from Davison. How good has Pineda been today?
He has been very steady on the floor.
Outstanding. Kim D pushes Sabete. Pineda with a pass. And this dig goes wide for Arado. Van der Weide with 19.
Another counter run for the PETRO GAZZ Angels. If there's anything that we learned in set number 2, it's that a 4 or 5 point
Sickle pops it up. Van der Weide. Got it again. 20 for Van der Weide.
Even if on and off siya sa passing, maas mo pa rin siya when it comes to attacking.
Chance to tie on the serve by Rania Musa. Rania Musa out of CSB. Former Blazer. Davison. Got it.
Another sharp cross-court kill for Savvy Davison. Now with 16 points.
Great serve. Short pass coming from Davis from Van Sickle. And Van der Weide again. She scored the last 3 points of the Angels.
Game days on. Lindsay Van der Weide. I know she's not happy with their win-loss record. There were games na panalo na sana sila. It's bounce back time for PETRO GAZZ.
The score is 6-7. Babikina. Slowly but surely. 12 points. And the high-speed hitters once again take us to a technical timeout. They're up by 2, 8-6.
Welcome back to the PVL. It is set number 3 and you're watching the PETRO GAZZ Angels versus the PLDT high-speed hitters. And ladies and gentlemen, pressure will always be there. It doesn't care who you are, what team you're from, or what you've accomplished. But look at these PLDT stars. They know exactly who they've become. Champions who know exactly how to deal with these pressure-packed situations. Savvy Davison shared something interesting before the game. She told me that after back-to-back championships, people think defending a title feels glamorous. And the biggest misconception is that it gets easier. Savvy says, well, it doesn't. You just get better at breathing through the chaos. You enjoy the challenge and become a better player overall. Savvy also talked to me about how she vividly remembers being swept by Lindsay's and Brooks' team when they played years ago abroad. And so this is pretty much a full circle moment where she hopes to get a different ending this time around. And well, things may be off right now, but she still has time to turn things around, Eric and Neil.
All right, thank you, Kyla. Well, the high-speed hitters lost the last 2 sets, but they have won the last 2 championships on tour and invitational. From the back row, hit by Van Sickle. Here's Babikina. She's got 13 already, scoring the last 2 points of the high-speed hitters. Baron with a dig. Fajardo back to Babikina. They want to get her going. And Babikina for the last 3 for the high-speed hitters.
She's getting better touches now compared to that second set where she was clearly flanked by the blockers and defenders of the PETRO GAZZ Angels.
She only scored 4 points in the second set. Meanwhile, here in the fourth set, she's already scored 5. Timeout here for the Angels.
Let's target this area. Earlier we were targeting this area, so now let's adjust. No problem. Then go here. Okay. Reset. Take a deep breath.
Middle, okay.
Okay.
Middle serving, you can run.
Yeah. Yes. Let's go. Okay. We need your blocking to press more. Okay. Let's go again.
From their assistant coaches. They want a change in target when it comes to attacking certain zones. Let's see if they can implement that and get a quick side out.
16th point of the third set and no errors yet for the high-speed hitters. Most of their points have come from attacks, by the way. Of their 10 points, 4 have come from Bavikina as Phillips scores her 7th.
Almost in double digits also. She doesn't get most of the sets, but when she knows na yung matchup na nasa harapan niya ay kaya niyang lusutan, she intentionally asks for that ball from Jules Tolentino.
Another bad pass by Davison. Service ace for Van der Weide. She's got 22. Matches her second best scoring game of the reinforced conference. And a 2-point run here for the Angels. Much better pass from Bavikina. Bavikina blocked by Tolentino. Bavikina gets it back. Sasha got it. 15 for Bavikina.
Judgment call there from Bang Pineda. The ball was above her shoulders and kadalasan pag lagpas na outside, but that found the line. 15 points now for Bavikina.
And a 3-point lead for the high-speed hitters. Full front line here for Kim Fajardo. Phillips.
Money for Jules Tolentino and MJ Phillips. Slide attack.
8 for Phillips. Side out for the Angels. Another short pass.
Digs against Mika Reyes. The finish by Brooke Van Sickle.
That's a break point for the Angels. But they throw it away on a service fault by MJ Phillips. Lead is back to 2 for the high-speed hitters. Through 22 points, still no errors here for the high-speed hitters. What a clean game they're playing so far. But surprisingly, they're only up by 2 points. Arado. D. There's a dig by Davison. Savvy. Blocked. It goes outside, though. So a break point this time for the high-speed hitters who back up by 3.
We know that PLDT can regain that lead, but now it's about being consistent in passing because every time they establish a lead at magkamali sila sa service reception, dun umaabante yung Petro GAZZ.
Valentino goes to Van der Weide. And a block, but it goes outside. Last touch by Neil Flores. It bounced right to us. Point game. Tolentino now has a full front line with Sabete, Musa, and Van Sickle. Combination play. Mika Reyes, that's her specialty.
I mean, it's a very simple attack point for Mika Reyes. Power tip, doesn't need to inject so much power in that ball to get a point for her squad.
Mika Reyes, starter here in set number 4. Came off the bench. I'll make that here in set 3. Off the bench in set 2 as Musa misses.
4-point lead again for PLDT.
Matches their biggest lead of the set. Trying to stay. high-speed hitters up by 5 at 16-11. They were also up by 5 at 14 or 19-14 in set number 2, but that was erased as we all know in set number 2 en route to a win by the Angels. Can they do it again?
They love playing catch-up. Lagi from a 4-point lead. Tsaka habol yung Petro GAZZ.
Well, they get the side out after the technical timeout, so they're in form. And overpass, Sabete, 2 in a row scored by the Angels.
This is already the point of the game na kailangan nagamay mo na yung serves ng bawat isa.
What a game for Sabete, 8 points. This matches her conference high. She scored against the high risers. Davison misses. Block touch, says Erlindo Yosef, your first referee. No argument from the Angels.
That touch will be called against Rania Musa. From Brooke Van Sickle. Lindsay Van der Weider rather to go sharp on the cross.
Musa with 4. Perfect pass. Davison got it. Savvy Davison now with 20.
Not a lot of power in that last hit. The perfect placement. Parang hinahanap niya si Rania Musa because Meadows are not known for their floor defense.
Oh, what a serve. Just a little long. Back to a 3-point game. Jonas Abete out of Bulacan State University. Davison with a nice pass. On the option, Fajardo sends it over. Running attack for Phillips. One-handed dig for Arado. Davison from the pipe. Got it again.
Where did that come from? Savvy Davison, this time from the back. Galing sa out of system play. One-hand dig also from Kat Arado.
Well, plenty of takeaways from that last rally. 21 points now for Davison. And Van Sickle will call their final timeout. Let's listen to the Angels.
Right, no, that's fine. As long as they say on it. Sorry. You know what they're doing when our middles are serving? They're not even here. Half speed, I know. So MJ, what you do is you just cut after you serve, just go middle back. Whoever you take the left back.
It's more Rania. It's not.
Well, the Angels respond well after these crucial timeouts by Coach Van Sickle. Let's see if they can pull off another run again here in set number 3. And that's what they did in set number 2. Van der Weide. Oh, yes. Van der Weide now with 25. That matches her conference high.
25 points in 3 sets.
Yes. The 25 she scored was against the EV Crossovers. Their 3rd game of the reinforced conference. Babikina off the block and outside.
This is a better set for Babikina now with 16 points. She has been the support of Savvy Davison in terms of scoring. KKD has been limited to 4 points.
Van der Weide up. A nice block by Babikina on Phillips. Back-to-back points for Babikina. She's got 17.
They restore the 5-point lead against the Angels.
Tibay defensive play of the set brought to you by Elastoseal, selyado ang buwok anumang panahon. 7 of the 17 points of Babikina coming here in set number 3. Mica Reyes with her 5th point. And the lead is up to 6 now for the high-speed hitters, their biggest lead of the entire match. Vander Weide. And that's the point that takes her to her new conference high, 26 points today.
That has been the same spot for Lindsay Vander Weide.
That back zone has been her sweet spot today.
That exact same spot.
Service ace for Phillips. Phillips with 9, second ace today.
Lindsay Vander Weide wants to end this here.
Short pass from Savvy. Babikina. Popped up by Phillips. Make that Van Sickle with her 16th point. This is 3 in a row now, scored by the Angels. Coach Roderick Laporte will call a timeout.
Oo, nice shot na yun. Nice shot. Bawi kami. Go lang. Defense tayo. Defense.
Basta naman sa option ng off ha. Tama naman yung block. Kunin nyo sa ilalim.
Go, go, go. Sige na. Sige na.
Effort
pa. Let's go. PLDT.
Still 1 timeout remaining for the high-speed hitters. They're trying to stop a 3-point run by the Angels. Still sitting on a comfortable margin here, up by 3. They led by as many as 6. Babikina with 17. 7 of that 17 coming here in set number 3. Kim D, a low-scoring 4-point game. Coming off a 9-point performance. MJ Phillips a point away from another double-digit performance. Kim D. Phillips defending in the back row. Van Sickle got it again. 4 straight points scored by the Angels.
PLDT is struggling to get a break point. The game plan of PetroGAZZ now is to get them out of system, because pag out of system yung PLDT, it's easier for them to keep the ball alive. And pag nangyayari yun, that's a chance for them to transition to offense. Na nakaabang na si Brooke Van Sickle and si Lindsay Vander Weide.
Ooh. Well, both teams can't capitalize on a free ball. Babikina, here's a chance to attack. Babikina, cross court, right on the line. 18 points for Babikina and an important side out for the high-speed hitters, stopping a 4-point run by the Angels.
That was a much-needed point for PLDT.
They're up by 3. 2 points away from winning their first set. Short pass from Van Sickle. She gets it back. There's a broken play. Doesn't matter. Brooke Van Sickle. She will get her 18th point today.
Great effort from PLDT. You know that they are serious in extending this match.
And very good of Catarado to check on a fan. He's okay. It's a 2-point game, ladies and gentlemen. Davison bounces it off the block. Chance to attack here. Brooke Van Sickle got it again. Back-to-back points for Brooke, and it's a 1-point game.
From 5 points down, they're within striking distance.
There's actually a 6-point deficit against the Angels. PLDT calling their final timeout.
Same ha, in system makeup ha.
Pero kasi out of system. Iniiba-iba talaga. Iniiba-iba talaga. Sige lang, sige lang. Let's go! PLDT!
Just when it seemed like the high-speed hitters were going to comfortably, and I say comfortably doesn't mean it's a big lead, but you know, a win by 3 points is a comfortable win in this kind of matchup. But And here come the Angels again. Brooke Van Sickle scored the last at least 3 points of the Angels to get them back in this third set. And they have been good at scoring break points so far here. And Tolentino's got a full front line as well. Fajardo, Reyes, she has been magnificent here in set 3.
They have 2 chances to put the set away. Iseo will be serving for the high-speed hitters.
And these are the first set points of the high-speed hitters in the match. Kiseo out of FEU in the UAAP. Tolentino to Van Sickle. And again, Brooke Van Sickle saves 1 set point. She's got 20 already.
This is the dilemma for PLDT. Only need 1 more point. Of course, priority will be to set that ball up for Savvy Davison. So for the blockers of PetroGAZZ, they need to be prepared.
Good pass by Davison. They can put it away here. Barones blocked though. Arado will set it up. Davison against 2 blockers. No problem. Savvy Davison. 22 points. And that last point of set number 3 brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. They needed a win in set number 3 to stay alive. That's exactly what they picked up. A third set win, 25-23. And we're off to see a set 4, but the Angels still up 2-1.
Welcome back to the 2025 PVL Reinforced Conference. We witnessed the battle between the PetroGAZZ Angels and the PLDT High-Speed Hitters. PLDT is still alive as they saved set number 3. PetroGAZZ was on the comeback trail, but Savvy Davison happened. The High-Speed Hitters had a 6-point lead at a certain point in set number 3, but PetroGAZZ was very persistent. Brooke Van Sickle and Lindsay van der Weide had a lot of great touches. PetroGAZZ still out-attacked PLDT in that set. Pero nabuhay na yung blocking ng PLDT. They were able to get 3 kill blocks against the PetroGAZZ Angels. That's why they were able to extend this match to a 4th set. So the confidence is now with the high-speed hitters for PetroGAZZ. They have to adjust again. Both teams had great numbers or percentage in terms of attack conversion. 43% for PetroGAZZ, 44% for the high-speed hitters. We want to mention ulit na seeding is what they're fighting for in this match. The quarterfinalists are already complete. We're just waiting for the final matchups after this game.
All right, so now that we're here, it's either a 4-set win or then a 5-set win for either team. Have we narrowed down the scenarios now, Neil? Because it's either a 4 or a 5-set win. A 4-set win for the Angels or a 5-set win for either team.
So for a 5-set win para sa PetroGAZZ, Farm Fresh will grab the number 1 seed.
Okay.
Followed by Zeus Coffee.
So they'll drop down to 3?
Yep. PLDT will drop down to the 3rd seed. If PLDT wins in 5, it depends on the final score. If the margin is greater than 6, it will be Farm Fresh Zeus and then PLDT. If the margin is less than 6, it's Farm Fresh, PLDT, then Zeus Coffee.
All right, as you try and digest that, happy birthday to Maylin Lozada, PVL Press Corps Officer. That's for the high-speed hitters. How about the Angels?
Now for the Angels, they need to win this in 4 sets para angat sila in terms of points to grab the 5th spot.
But there's no incentive going 5th. You're taking on a former champion in the Cool Smashers. There's no...
That's why I said they just really want to win this game to gain more confidence, to gain more momentum para maganda yung pakiramdam nila entering the next round.
Are they better off just staying where they are?
I don't think so. Literal sa quarterfinals, it's anybody's ball game.
You're gonna go up against either the Foxies or the high-speed hitters again. Could be. I mean, again, so many scenarios. Set number 4 is underway. 1-0 Angels. Sabete. That is outside, but there's a block touch. Now, this is a good start for the Angels. Sabete with 9 points. That is a conference high for her as well. So she and Vander White are setting conference highs today. Fajardo underhand pass to Davison. There is no block touch, says Orlando Eusebio, first referee. There's a challenge. I'm looking at King. It looks sure that there was somebody who touched that hit by Davison.
She was pointing to Rania Musa. Yes, there was a block touch. They have admitted to that, so point will now go to PLD.
There it is. Trying to hold out until challenge, make the coaches second guess. So still 2 challenges remaining for the high-speed hitters. And they get their first point. Off a block touch. Mika Reyes, spectacular set 3 for her. She's got 6 points. A rare poor pass from Pineda, who's been also exceptional today. And a down-the-line hit for Vander White as we send it courtside to Kyla Kingsu.
Erica Neal, by the time you hit the 4th set in a game like this, it stops being about skill sets and game plans, and it starts being all about character. That is what both coaches told me prior to this game. PLDT coach Rodrigo Ford said that the biggest trap here will be speeding up. He wants them to slow the game down, trust the first pass, and return to the version of the team that wins with composure, just like they did in the previous set. Sabi nga niya, pagod na ang lahat, kaya disiplina ang sagot dito. And on the other side, Coach Gary Van Sickle told me that the goal isn't to play perfect volleyball, it's to play persistent volleyball. In his words, one good stretch, that's how you flip tough sets. So heading into set 4, both teams know exactly who they are and what they can do. The question is which identity holds firmer when the legs get heavy and the rallies get long. Erica Neal.
All right, thanks, Kyla. Right now, it's a good start for the Angels, but Davison, with her 24th point there, keeps it a 2-point game.
I like the point of Coach Rodrigo Ford. The fatigue is already there. But aside from the fatigue factor, you also have to consider the frustration of the players. Every time na tumatagal sila dun sa isang rotation, I mean, frustration adds on to the fatigue. Kaya importante yung mga quick side-outs for the high-speed hitters because they have already proven that they can get a big lead against PetroGAZZ. It's just that yung comeback trail ng PetroGAZZ laging maganda at nahabol talaga nila yung PLDT.
MJ Phillips now in double digits with 10. And nice hit by Babikina, scoring her 19th point. Sasha Babikina nearing her conference high of 22. So she might eclipse that as well today. Meantime, Phillips, that one dug by Arado. Babikina again. Vander White.
Oh!
Vander White with 29 points.
She loves the sets of Brooke Van Sickle. Alam na alam ni Brooke kung saan niya iaangat. For Lindsay Vander Weyde.
Both played for the University of Oregon. That's where they got together. And then continue that partnership all the way here to the PVL. New conference high already for Vander Weyde. Bavikina. That one kept alive. Kim D with a dig. Bavikina again. Pineda pops it up. Van Sickle. Arado will set it up. They go to the pipe. Davison. Sabete with a dig. Vander Weyde pushes. Bavikina picks it up. Bavikina. Ooh. Excellent defense being played by Pineda. Another long rally in the making. 1-2 for Fajardo. Finally.
When you least expect it. That is only the first point of Kim Fajardo.
Does that count as lengthening the rallies? Because Coach Rodrigo Ford, as per that report by Kyla, don't rush your points.
They want to slow things down because they know that iba yung plano ng PetroGAZZ. PetroGAZZ wants to speed things up.
Baron with an ace. 2 straight points here for the high-speed hitters. They can tie on this rally if they get a break point. Fortunately, there's a side out. Van Sickle now with 22. Brooke Van Sickle also nearing her conference high of 26. So a lot of records being set today. Ball in, ball out challenge by the high-speed hitters. High-speed hitters looking to win their 3rd straight championship. That one just catching a bit of the line.
That is in.
Phillips has 2 aces, part of her 10 points today. Reyes. Brooke. Bavikina with the up. There's a free ball for the Angels. Brooke Van Sickle again. Got it.
There was just so much force in that Brooke Van Sickle hit. Even Kat Arado couldn't get to that ball.
3-point lead. Angels. First technical timeout, set number 4. Brooke Van Sickle with 23 already. Brooke Van Sickle with 23 already. And the Angels up by 3. Bavikina and the Angels up by 3. Bavikina meanwhile with 19. Her best quarter was the third one. Is her best quarter was to the net. The third one is Phillips serves into the net. Welcome back to the last game. Welcome back to the last game. Preliminary round. Preliminary round. Out of 12 teams, 8 will remain. We've already determined 12 teams, who the 8 will remain. We've already determined who the 8 teams are. Saying goodbye as Musai's blocked. Saying goodbye as Musai's blocked. Crossovers, the high risers and the chameleons. Crossovers, the high risers block and touch again. Yes, the high block touch again. Yes, the high high-speed hitters. The only thing we have not determined is the seeding. The only thing we have not determined is why this match is so important to the quarterfinals, which is why this match is so
We'll try to
important.
give you the updated matchups after this match. To give you the quarterfinals will be on Monday at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. On Monday at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. This will be your last chance to see some of the teams in action. Your last chance to see some of the teams in action. You have to make sure that you're there live. You have to make sure that you're there. Yung ticket 4 matches in one day. Yung ticket 4 matches in one day.
Side out for the high-speed hitters. There's a side out for the high-speed hitters.
11 a.m., 1:30 p.m., 4 p.m., and 6:30.
Right, there you go. And it's winner take all in the quarterfinals. So only 4 teams will be left standing after Monday. The semifinal starts on Thursday. Bavikina, nice serve, but a good pass by Van Sickle. Sapete, cross court. Bavikina chases it down. Another chance ball for the Angels. Van Sickle got it again. She's got 25 points.
They've been utilizing speed. Talking about Brooke Van Sickle and Lindsay van der Weyde. It's easier to defend yung mga malalakas na palo compared to the fast ones.
Second best scoring game for Brooke. Her best scoring game is 26, so I'm guessing she's gonna get over that before this set is over. That's a 4th service fault for Brooke. It's a 2-point game. Mika Reyes, big catalyst in set 3. She's got 6 points, although she has not scored here in set 4. Tough set for Tolentino. But it doesn't matter. Van der Weyde with 30 points.
She made them pay. No blockers up front. I don't think you can do that against Lindsay van der Weyde. Even if the set is a bit far from the net, you still need to set up that block.
Matoy Baron. Arado, quick reflexes on the turnaround, saves it. Sabete down the line, yes. Sabete with 10.
Now pulling away. They want a different narrative here in the 4th set. Ayaw na nila maghabol. They want to get their own lead.
Yeah, this is their biggest lead. 4 points. Timeout for the high-speed hitters.
Organize ako sa gala. Nasa babalikan. Hindi ko ng options ha. Balik mamaya. Malayo pa. Isa-isa na. Let's go.
Hey! Okay, body language natin, body language. Let's go! PLDT!
Well, Coach Rod Rocafort is right. It's only a 4-point deficit. This is the second time for the Angels to lead by 4. The first one was in the first set. So it's been tough for the Angels to really control the set, which means if you're a fan of the high-speed hitters, anything can happen here. They play tight, and with chemistry, they can get back into this set 4. Van der Weyde, there's a stop. Lindsay tries again. Bavikina keeping it alive. Davison. That ding going over. Davison puts it away. Great side out for the high-speed hitters.
They were thinking about challenging that ball, pero patawid na rin yung bola papunta sa PLDT.
It's a 3-point game. Kindi, only 1 point here in set 4. He's got 5. Van der Weyde through. Davison. Van der Weyde with 31. Oh, Lindsay came to play today.
She got some help from the tape of the net, and it messed up the timing. Savvy Davison.
Sabete, first double-digit game of the reinforced conference. He's got 10. Fajardo back to Davison. Great angle for Savvy Davison.
26 points. Holding the fort for PLDT.
Second best scoring game for Savvy. Best was 36 in their last game. Phillips, nowhere to go. And they credit that to Sasha Bavikina. Bavikina now with 20.
You want to activate the middles, you have to recognize muna kung sino yung nasa harapan. Bavikina and Majoy Baron. That's not a good tandem to go up against.
What a dig, Bavikina. There's a nice block by Baron. Vander Weide. Arado pops it up. Bavikina looking for 21. Not yet. Vander Weide. Vander Weide, 32.
On her way to 40 points. She's now in the back row.
Angels doing well to protect this cushion that was as high as 4 points. Service ace. And 33 now for Vander Weide.
They've been targeting Savvy Davison.
Well, it's either Bavikina or Davison, and the Angels have been getting results.
They're mirroring the game plan of PLDT. Kanina, it was PLDT targeting Lindsay Vander Weide.
Overpass. Bavikina off the block. 21 for Bavikina.
She's just laser focused on this game. Not a lot of reactions from the reinforcement of PLDT. As long as she gets the job done.
She's the most poker face, I think, of all the reinforcements. Service fault. That's a costly one for the high-speed hitters. 4.3 again for the Angels. Back to their biggest lead, going to the second technical timeout. High-speed hitters in a spot of trouble here in set number 4. And it is the only set that they have not tasted the lead. Brooke Van Sickle, right from the start of set 4, they have been on top, and they've restored their biggest lead here. 4 points, 16-12. They're up 2 sets to 1, but they're coming off a third set loss. Bavikina. Sabete doing well to save it. Fajardo looks for Bavikina, finds her. Bavikina unable to get the kill. But a successful kill there for Brooke Van Sickle, who now has 26. Collision between Bavikina and Arado. Make that Kim D.
Kaya hindi pwede mag-overlap yung zones ng defenders.
Biggest lead now for the Angels at 5. Van Sickle blocked by Vika Reyes. First point for Reyes here in the 4th set. He's got 7.
Perfect timing against Brooke Van Sickle.
Vika Reyes, finals MVP in the on-tour pocket tournament. Arado to Bavikina. That's dug by Van Sickle. Sabete from the pipe. Arado to Kim D. Blocked. Reyes unable to save it.
Coverage wasn't ready. In this game, I think intentional yung pag-iwas ni Kim Fajardo sa pagbibigay ng sets kay KKD. Because every time they go there, it's either nandun si Brooke Van Sickle or si Lindsay Van der Weide. That's why most of their offense have come from the middles and the left pin.
Babikina blocked. Fajardo with a dig. Kim D punches it through. Sabete with a hit. 5-point game. Kim D tries again. Blocked again. Biggest lead at 6 points now for the Angels.
Don't let her height deceive you. Brooke Van Sickle is one of their best net defenders. She was all over that ball. 6-point lead, PETRO GAZZ.
Sige tayo, huwag ka mag-stop. Bibigay ko pa rin sa'yo, huwag ka mag-stop. Cover kami after. Sige, walang hinto. Let's go!
Yung score ha, isa. Let's go.
Oh, one. PLDT.
Together!
Nakabalik ko lang.
Biggest deficit against the high-speed hitters now, down by 6, 19-13. In a crucial set number 4, Brooke Van Sickle now setting a new conference high with 27 points. Likewise for Van der Weide and Sabete. 3 players in double digits. Now check that. Phillips as well. So 4 players in double digits for the Angels. Bad pass there. A chance ball for the Angels. Oh! But a missed opportunity there. Unable to get an attack in.
PETRO GAZZ still has a 5-point cushion.
Meanwhile, Babikina, 2 points away from tying her conference high. She's got 20. Blocked by Reyes on Van Sickle. Mika Reyes with 8. By the way, this is the best scoring game for Mika Reyes as well. Just her 3rd game of the conference. Good serve. Sabete, cross court, south side.
Great serving from Babikina. Not giving PETRO GAZZ an easy ball.
Their last 3 points is 3 errors on us. That's how they got this right here to within 3. We have to stay focused.
Yeah, 1 point here, and then we turn it back on.
Just because we have the lead doesn't mean we slack off. Jules, listening. Hey, we need to stay focused.
Let's go!
Coach Van Sickle, very specific, trying to stop this 3-point run of the high-speed hitters. Their 6-point lead has been cut in half.
3 unforced errors coming from the PETRO GAZZ. The last 3 rallies. So they were able, PLDT was able to cut the lead.
Babikina with 21 already. Arado with an excellent dig. Arado again. Right place, right time. Davison misses.
Set was a bit far from the net for Savvy Davison. Couldn't put that ball in.
4-point lead again for Brooke Van Sickle and the Angels. Short pass from Savvy. Off-system play, dug by Pineda. And nice block by the high-speed hitters against Van der Weide.
Wild recovery from PETRO GAZZ. Nabuhay yung blocking ng PLDT.
Will that block be enough to energize them, get them back here?
It will be a block point for KKD. Di man sila nakakuha ng maraming attack points from KKD. She has been there in terms of net defense.
Rado is in to serve. Sabete Got it. Quick side out for the Angels. Sabete with 11. Chisayan checks in to serve. Good pass by Bavikina. Maron. Van Sickle keeping it alive. Easy over from Vander Weide. Fajardo goes to Davison. Again, Van Sickle in the back zone for the save. Vander Weide will score. 34 for Lindsay. Back to a 5-point lead for the Angels. Nice serve, but another good pass from Bavikina. Davison unable to capitalize.
Too wide for Savvy Davison. This is where frustration really kicks in. When you commit unforced errors, pag natatagalan kayo umikot, bumababa yung shoulders, and you can see it in the body language of the high-speed hitters. Warning point for PETRO GAZZ.
Biggest lead restored for the Angels. Here, Diggy going over. Chance to attack again. Davison blocked. Oh, excellent defensive play at the net by the Angels to build a 7-point cushion.
They were ready for that hit from Savvy Davison. Block point for Jonas Sabete.
Chance to put it away. Vander Weide. Arado with a dig. Davison easily sends it over. Another opportunity. And Arado again for the save. Vander Weide for the finish. Not yet. Better floor defense from the high-speed hitters. Vander Weide, third straight try. It's not there yet. Lindsay. On two. What a play. From defense to offense, you can see them huffing and puffing, but it was all worth it for the high-speed hitters.
Best defensive sequence for PLDT in the entire match. Kat Arado just keeping that ball alive.
Yeah, how many times are you going to try and deny Lindsay Vander Weide? That was impressive floor defense shown by the high-speed hitters. Alcantara back in the game. Second time today. Bad pass by Pineda, a rare one. Arado. One set, one match point save. Another one from Jesse De Leon, who's in the game for the first time today.
5 match points for PETRO GAZZ. Double sub working for Coach Ral Ricafort.
So a long way back though for Alcantara and the high-speed hitters. Much better pass, one-handed set. Arado again. De Leon, she gets a block touch. So highest scoring game for Jesse De Leon, 2 points. And 3 match points saved by the high-speed hitters. Timeout here for the Angels. We will listen into the huddle of Coach Van Sickle.
Hey, side out to in here. One side out. Here we go. You guys got this.
Wait, dependencies up. Is import up? No. Okay, let's go.
Hey, go.
Hey, PETRO GAZZ,
Four chances for PETRO GAZZ to put this ball away. One thing I could say right now for the Angels na kailangan nila iwasan si Kat Arado because wala lumalapag.
3 match points saved already. They're taking it one at a time, these high-speed hitters. Vander Weide now from the middle. Arado again. Davison got it.
Now is the time for Jules Tolentino to give a chance to the other attackers to score for PetroGAZZ. Most of the sets, actually all of the sets, have gone to Lindsay van der Weide, but she's forgetting that you still have MJ Phillips and Jonas Abete there. You also have a Brooke Van Sickle for that back row attack.
Van der Weide, block. Van der Weide tries again, and finally, her 35th point. That'll do it.
After multiple tries, they put that ball away.
Brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. Lindsay van der Weide with a new conference high, 35. And a big smile on the face of Coach Van Sickle as the Angels win in 4 against the high-speed hitters. We'll get to the seeding when we return. Four-set win by the Angels against the higher-seeded high-speed hitters. Thrilling set 4, where the high-speed hitters saved multiple match points, but in the end, Van der Weide and her new conference high was too much to handle. Actually, 3 players with new conference highs for the Angels. Our Babad player of the game brought to you by Devant. Enjoy unforgettable TV Babad moments with your family only with Devant. Both teams played excellent defense, especially their liberos. 2-time best libero for this season, Kat Arado. But a great defensive play in the backstone, especially for the Angels by Bang Pineda, who is right now with Kyla Kingsu.
Here with me is our player of the game. Of course, it is Bang Pineda with 23 excellent digs, 55% digging efficiency, and 10 excellent receptions. Big congratulations to you and to the PetroGAZZ Angels. Bang, now first of all, talagang we all knew this was gonna be a pressure-packed game. Ano yung focus mo for this match, and ano yung mga extra preparations that you took na talagang nag-pay off sa game na to?
Siguro yung tumulong din sa magandang laro namin is yung training namin and yung mga advice ng mga coaches.
Bang, you're back with the PetroGAZZ Angels, and I know that there was a time in your career where you thought that maybe this volleyball journey would be over for a bit. How does it feel to be, kitang-kita naman, you're feeling very much at home again, once again reunited with your team. What does this full circle moment mean to you?
Siguro yung comfortable ko with my teammates and ibang coaches, and siguro yung pag-welcome sa akin ng management again.
Bang, we're already nearing, just like that, we're nearing the end of this conference. What are the fans to anticipate from the PetroGAZZ Angels? And of course, from you, this is going to be a tough next stretch for everybody.
Back to zero ulit and training kami ng maayos and aralin ulit kung sino yung mga katapat namin.
And lastly, let's talk about this game that we just had against PLDT because grabe, long rallies, those crazy saves that you did. Talk to me about the hustle ng team, yung teamwork nyo on the court. Tell me what was said in those final minutes.
Siguro cover up lang dun sa mga nawawala. So, yun yung malaking tulong ko sa kanila since nasa floor lang naman ako, di ako tumatalon. So, yun.
Bang, this is your moment to greet all your friends and family, of course, your fans that have supported you in your volleyball journey.
Thank you sa PetroGAZZ management and sa mga fans na laging sumusuporta sa amin, PetroGAZZ, Angels, and sa family ko sa Cavite. Hello.
There you go, Bang Pineda, our player of the game. Congratulations to you and your team. Once again, Erica Neal, let's wrap this up.
All right, thanks, Kyla. Congratulations, Bang Pineda, who used to be a great attacker, by the way, when she was with Adamson, but today an excellent defender.
There's no place like home for Bang Pineda reuniting with her former team. Great numbers, definitely high digging efficiency. Reception was also there when they needed support nung tinatarget na si Lindsay van der Weide. She provided that. 76 attack points, that's really the main stat line for PetroGAZZ, even if they had an up and down kind of movement when it comes to passing. They were still able to get out of tight situations, especially sa mga break balls nila, thanks to the two outside hitters in Brooke Van Sickle and Lindsay van der Weide. PLDT got their numbers in blocking, 12-8. But both teams had the same number of serves, and I'm just happy that this was a low number when it comes to errors. 16 and 11, kaya ang dami natin na witness din ng mga mahabang rallies. Great effort from PLDT, especially in the last few moments of set number 4, but ultimately PetroGAZZ carved this hard-earned victory for their team.
And now we finish the preliminaries. So we have the numbers, we have the points. Neil has computed. He's been working very hard for that. Here is how teams are paired together in the quarterfinals on Monday.
All right, this is the official matchups for the quarterfinals. Farm Fresh versus Akari and Creamline versus PetroGAZZ as expected. Zeus Coffee versus Capital One, then PLDT versus Signal.
And again, this is a winner-take-all match. So the winners will advance, the losers will end their reinforced conference. The semifinals happens on Thursday. By the way, this starts at 11 a.m. on Monday. It's a 4-game schedule, and this is what it looks like. Foxy's Chargers, first game of that day, and we're going to be in Quezon City, Smart Araneta Coliseum. And then 1:30, the second game. The Angels, after the big win, it's, again, not much of an incentive. You're going up against one of the the winningest team in the PVL, the Cool Smashers. 4 p.m., the Thunderbells and the Solar Spikers. And then we'll cap it off. The high-speed hitters taking on the Super Spikers. That is your quarterfinals. Again, it's a knockout quarterfinals. Top 4 teams will head to the semifinals on Thursday. Angels, a big 4-set win, courtesy of the 35 by van der Weide, 27 of Van Sickle, 12 of Sabete. Those are all conference high numbers. And our best player, Bang Pineda, with 23 excellent digs. And that wraps up the preliminaries. Thanks to our director, Al Neri, for Kyla Kingsu. Neil Flores, I'm Eric Capano. We'll see you in the quarterfinals starting Monday. This is the reinforced conference of the PVL right here on your Signal TV channels.